We have a new poll out from ABC News and the Washington Post on a general election matchup between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. And I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. So in this new poll, Donald Trump is up by 2 points over Hillary Clinton. Now, some people are going to respond, and I've already seen this on Twitter, by dismissing it. But you have to keep in mind now the recent trend. So at first, it was a Fox News poll that had Donald Trump up 2 points. And everybody went, come on, it's Fox News, so can we really trust that? Now, it's one thing when you actually have the Fox News hosts and analysts and experts say something on air. I agree that you should totally dismiss that. It's another thing when you have their pollsters doing polls. That's something totally different. It's not like Bill O'Reilly and Greta Van Susteren are making the phone calls and recording the results. So even with that being the case, you know what? I'll give it to you. So if you want to have a little asterisk there in your mind and say, I'm not sure because it's Fox News, fine. But then there was another poll that came out from Rasmussen, and the Rasmussen poll had Donald Trump up 5 points. Now, again, I get it. People are going to go, but it's Rasmussen. And for those of you who don't know, Rasmussen, of course, does lean right. Again, I think it's slightly different when you have pollsters versus some sort of outlet with opinion commentary where people can obviously point out the bias, whether it's Hannity or whoever on Fox News. But nonetheless, again, you want to put a little asterisk next to it and say, if you want to count it for half of what it really should be counted for, fine. I'm fine with that. Well, then now we have ABC News and the Washington Post. By the way, the Washington Post has been massively biased in favor of Hillary Clinton this entire election so far. In fact, they've treated Bernie Sanders terribly and unfairly. So now it's them, and they're saying, hey, Donald Trump has a 2-point lead. I got news for everybody. This is real. In fact, when you look at other polls from other respected agencies, you have, and this going back a few weeks now, you have Clinton basically tied with him. So you have one where Hillary's up 2 points. I think the most I've seen her up in a poll is 5 points, which means that his poll where he's up the most is 6 points, which is more than hers, which is 5 points. And hers was from a few weeks ago. Trump's was from much more recently. I've been warning you. I've been warning you all along. And now it's absolutely, positively, 100% without a doubt coming to fruition. And what are we seeing? We're still seeing the poll deniers out there. We're still seeing people who are insistent that this is not a race. No, going to be a cakewalk for Hillary Clinton. I promise you it's going to be a cakewalk. But how can you say that? Based on the numbers, how can you say that? Now, their main response today is, yeah, but there was a time when it was Barack Obama versus John McCain, where McCain was up a little bit around a similar time. So, we got you. Now, they're not using that to say, hey, it's 50-50. It's more ambiguous than just saying Trump wins. They're using that argument to make the case that, no, Hillary Clinton still is inevitable. You can't make that case. Why? Because there's this little thing called campaigning. And if you know a thing or two about politics, you can look at the direction of how the campaign is going, and you can determine whether or not that this is going to be an effective strategy. And as I've told you guys from the beginning, her campaign, they have no clue what they're doing. Now, I would have told you back when John McCain was the nominee against Barack Obama, I would have said, okay, Obama's the favorite here because the way McCain is he's kind of making an ass of himself when he campaigns, and he doesn't seem to have a good strategy, an effective strategy. Today, I say that about Hillary. Now, Trump has 1,000,001 problems, but his problem is not marketing. How the fuck do you think a ridiculous-looking, buffoonish billionaire with a ferret on his head got to somehow, get the label of successful that mainstream America accepts when they look at him? How did that guy, who went bankrupt over 4 times and was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, people go, oh, Donald Trump equals successful? Because he's good at marketing. He's good at selling himself. Now, Hillary, on the other hand, people look at her and they go, ooh, the establishment. They look at her, they see super PACs, they see donations, they see the Clinton Foundation, they see the 1001 scandals. Some of them real, some of them not, by the way. So some of the right-wing attacks on her are complete and utter bullshit. But people look at her and they see a divisive figure, and they see somebody that they just don't trust. Now, again, you have Donald Trump with high unfavorables as well, but if you have both with high unfavorables, well, then the election is going to be decided on other factors. One of those factors is who can deliver the most populist message that gets people more excited and passionate to come out and vote for you. And Hillary Clinton is obviously failing on that front. And now people are listening to the same people who are wrong about everything every other step of the way. For fuck's sake, man, Nate Silver, we did the story of this last week. Nate Silver, who used to be the stats guy, the poll guy, just tell you the reality based on the numbers. He said that Donald Trump only has a 25% chance of becoming president. Do you not see these numbers? Why do these not count? I don't know. Hillary, inevitable. Hillary, bigger name, something. I don't know. Trump, bad. People don't vote for Trump. But you said that at the beginning of the election, too. You said Trump has no chance of winning. And then he won. You said in Michigan that Hillary Clinton... Actually, I was wrong. The other week I said that Nate Silver had a 99% chance of Hillary Clinton winning Michigan. It was actually an over 99% chance. And Bernie Sanders won. These are the same people, after the first debate, it doesn't count. Come on. Trump won, but whatever. America's going to get over this. After the second debate, Trump won. No, that doesn't count either. Third debate. Okay, no, everybody look at me. It doesn't count. Doesn't matter. What you see is not real. Donald Trump is not a thing. He's not a thing. New Hampshire. Crushing victory. Yeah, okay, so he won one state. Whatever, who cares? Nevada. I don't know. There's still nothing here. Nothing here. Fucking Bill Kristol was making peak Trump predictions after Trump had already racked up the overwhelming majority of the states and the primaries and the caucuses. Dude, this is real. This is real. You have to open your eyes to it. But unfortunately, they're underestimating him to this day. It reminds me of the Art of War or whatever it's called. Sun Tzu, never underestimate your opponent. That is exactly what they're doing, and I fear that they're poised to lose this election. In fact, if you were to ask me today, I would say that Donald Trump is a favorite at this point to win the election. I've been saying for a while now that it's just a coin flip election. You know, it's a 50-50, flip the coin. No, today I actually think he's a favorite. Because I'm every day I wake up more and more amazed that the Hillary campaign makes mistakes I didn't even know they were capable of making. I mean, you would think they learned the lesson after seeing Bernie Sanders supporters go, we have no interest in you. You'd think they go, oh, let me actually be progressive or at least do a progressive message and try to rally the base and get those supporters behind me. But no, they keep running to the right. They keep running to the right. I mean, they were reaching out to Bush donors when they should have been reassuring Bernie supporters that, hey, look, we're going to be progressive when we get in there. Instead, they're making phone calls to donors on Wall Street and saying, we represent your values better than Trump does. Today, a story came out, Hillary Clinton saying, yeah, I would consider Mark Cuban as a VP. The fuck are you doing? Why don't you slap progressives in the face and then spit in their eye? Dude, the base is not that into you. And in the opinion of her silly campaign, we can get independence by running to the right. What evidence is there of that? Who gets the most independence in this entire election? Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is the furthest left candidate. So if you just do logical deduction, wouldn't you realize, oh, if we run to the left, not only do we get our base, but now we also get independence because Bernie Sanders overwhelmingly gets independence. But no, they don't care about logic. They're running off the old school New Democrat centrist model from back in the fucking 1990s. It ain't the 1990s anymore. But they can't help themselves because they are Wall Street sellouts. They believe in this center-right, pro-corporate, pro-establishment message. So they're poised to lose this election while Donald Trump hammers away at his populist message and gets people really excited and mobilized to go to the polls. And obviously with Hillary Clinton alienating her base, alienating independents, alienating millennials, it'll be a low turnout election. And when it's a low turnout election, the Republican usually wins. So go ahead, listen to all the mainstream pundits all you want. Oh, it's inevitable. It's a cakewalk election for Hillary. Donald Trump is so silly. He's such a buffoon. He's this, he's that. Just remember, all the people who said that were the same people who said Donald Trump would have no shot at even getting the nomination. Now he has the nomination, and they're making the same shitty arguments.